Every new day, we get a chance to set the record straight. A clean slate. The opportunity to choose greatness and to stop making excuses. Motivation is cheap. Discipline is difficult. But discipline gets results. Your mindset matters. My name is Myles Biggs, and this is Relish the Journey. All right, what's up, travelers? Welcome back. Thanks again for listening to Relish the Journey and joining me once again for a mindset calibration on another beautiful Monday. This is another user-submitted topic, this time from none other than Mr. John Hardy himself. John is a former guest on Relish the Journey all the way back to Season 1. I believe the first 50 episodes you can find John. Forget the number, but it's been a few years since we had him on the show. I know John from college, where he was one of my little brothers in the fraternity, and still stay in touch. He's doing some awesome things in the mental health field, pursuing his degree. He's eventually going to be Dr. Hardy, but he's got his master's, and he's doing a lot of work with kids, and he's worked with other people in the Philadelphia area. Mr. Hardy's a stand-up guy, and it does not surprise me that his topic he wants to kind of hear discussion about is that of perspective, because I think John has a lot of perspectives on things in life based on the field that he works in. You know, when you work with people around mental health illnesses, you really realize, and John's told me this, you realize how much you take for granted in your own life, and that's a perspective. So John asked me to talk about the power of perspective. When I asked him if he was talking about perspectives in any different situation or in a specific context, he said any and all. So he's giving me a blank check here on perspective, and I appreciate you submitting a topic, John. I hope I can give you what you're looking for here. If not, you can yell at me later. So for me, when I think of perspective, what comes to mind is that old saying, right? The adage of looking at life in the rearview mirror. Oftentimes, that can be a negative thing, right? Like you can't live your life looking in the rearview mirror, or when you're looking in the rearview mirror, you're leaving something behind you that you wish you weren't. It's that dramatic sequence in the movie where the guy's driving away from the girl and it's raining and you're looking in the rearview mirror, right? So sometimes I don't think perspective gets the positive connotation it deserves. Because for me, perspective, that's where learning takes place, right? You know, in order to have a perspective on something and to understand the power of perspective, that means some reflection. To gain perspective, you need to have experienced something, gone through it, and come out the other side, and then think on it. And then you have a new appreciation, a new perspective for whatever just happened to you, or whatever you just accomplished or didn't accomplish, because it could be failures or successes. And there is definitely power in that, because as we reflect on everything in our lives, what we do well, what we don't do well, the things we're proud of, the things we regret, that's how we grow as humans. It's how we grow in our personal lives. It's how we grow in our professional lives. Anything that we're spending our time on, if we're not taking the time to gain a little perspective, to put some distance between ourselves and our thoughts and our emotions around a certain thing, then we're really doing ourselves a disservice. Because when we take that moment to find some clarity, to find some stillness, and to reflect, like I keep saying, again, that's where you grow. That's where you can realize things you didn't realize in the moment. You can then take those lessons that are self-taught some ways and then taught to us by life, by those in our lives, and then apply them to future situations. And this is also where I would say wisdom comes into play. You know, there are people out there that are smart, that are brilliant from a textbook standpoint, but the people out there that are wise really have the gift of perspective, of looking back on their life, on those that they've interacted with. They've been able to absorb lessons and perspectives from other people around them and roll it all up into what they can use in their lives, and it's wisdom. And that wisdom allows us to show up powerfully each and every day, to have a positive impact on our lives and then the lives of those around us and those that we love and care about. And I really think that if you focus on gaining perspective, you find the power of perspective, and then you end up living your life more with a focus on the long game and not the short term, not the immediate frustrations or immediate stress or anxiety. You can put it all in perspective into the bigger picture that is life and what we are all trying to do here on Earth, and then move forward better for it, better from those experiences, and you can act as an example for those around you that might not have that wisdom yet. They can look to you as an example, and hopefully you can rub off. Your perspective will rub off on them, and we can all make this world a better place. It might sound cliche, but if we're not doing that, what the hell are we doing, right? So there you go, John. That's my thoughts on the power of perspective. Would love to hear everyone's comments on this. So as you listen to this episode, shoot me an email. It's myles@rtjmedia.com. You can weigh in on social media at RTJ Podcast. And if you have ideas for more of these little Monday musings here, look at that, another alliteration. Mindset Matters Monday musings. You can tell it's my marketing brain, all these M's. Shoot that to me as well on either of those areas, either direct message or an email. Until next time, everyone, I leave you as I always do with a heartfelt cheers.